we go. Hey, welcome everybody to the Grayzone. We are live, at least on YouTube. I don't know if anyone's watching. Here with Aaron Mate.
I see one person.
One person.
Yeah, one person.
I don't know what that's about. Probably should have done it for StreamYard, but fuck it. Maybe you can tweet the link.
Yeah.
We're live from the Washington, D.C., from the protest against Netanyahu's visit. There was just a little tussle down on 3rd and Constitution at the gates of the U.S. Capitol between the police who were assembled there and these marchers. There was pepper spray, there was tear gas.
Go this way for some reason.
I gotta go that way?
Yeah, well, we're sideways. Look at this.
Rotate device.
Unlock it, yeah.
How do you do that?
Here we go. Here, you talk and I'll do it. You talk and I'll do it. Rotate this way. Yeah, like that, yes. No, not like that. Alright, okay, whatever. Or we hold it this way.
I'll just remove it. They're saying either way is fine. Was it okay to do it sideways? Is this okay? Can't read.
It's definitely, yeah.
It's fine. Is this okay?
It's sideways right now. It's going to be, I'm telling you. Watch, see? If you go like this.
Alright, we're back to this. I can hold it real quick and just show the crowd.
Yeah.
Just film the crowd.
Huge crowd here. Also a huge amount of police, including from out of state. I saw the NYPD. All flavors of police from all across the country have come here to protect the foreign apartheid leaders.
Yeah, we're surrounded by NYPD right now. I've always wanted to get arrested by New York police in DC. So lower this a little bit. I just met some Zionists who were in the crowd to try to embarrass people. They were trying to embarrass a lady who was carrying a sign that said, "Israel rapes Palestinian prisoners with dogs." And I brought up the Sde Teiman concentration camp in the Negev desert, and they said, "What is Sde Teiman? We don't even know what it is. We have no idea what it is." And they were just completely delusional. And I said, "You don't practice torture. Israel isn't practicing torture." And they ran off after trying to kind of embarrass people. They were from the Hostage Families Forum, which had a protest over there, calling for Netanyahu to resign to save Israel. So there's a lot of delusional liberal Zionists around too. I'll show you all another portion of this march. It's really filled up since earlier today. Being closely watched. Helicopters in the air. All right, let's see how close we can get to Union Station. It's cooking out here. Hotter than a broke dick dog, as they say, below the Mason-Dixon line. In DC, the city of northern hospitality and southern efficiency. Here's NYPD officers. Welcome.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Hey, how do I get to the Chrysler Building? Empire State Building, is it back there? No. That's NYPD. We're under occupation. This is Montgomery County. Here to protect Netanyahu. There's more militarized forces back there. This guy's ready to battle. It's not this is not a Renaissance fair. This is not Renaissance weekend.
Free Palestine! Why are you invading here? There's no riot happening here! Why are you invading here? There's no riot happening here! Why are you invading here? There's no riot happening here!
No, they didn't. Yeah, so look. Again,
Is this a Lord of the Rings set? You should at least have a coat of arms on that shield.
You're too round to do this job. Mediocre pieces of garbage. You're mediocre, sir. You're mediocre. And you want to laugh at genocide. You want to laugh at genocide. You want to laugh at genocide. You're mediocre.
More protection for Netanyahu than Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't get this much protection, and he's a former U.S. president. Is Netanyahu our president? Now the real leader's here. Look at what the real leader gets. Look at this.
No outfit for him. Oh, it's nuts.
No, props for not wearing all that stuff that he's wearing. It's got to be hot, man. This dude's a warrior. These are warriors.
This is from Cyberpunk video.
Yeah. This is from like It's like a bunch of old hippies. You don't need all that.
100% protected silver.
It's a bunch of college students and old hippies. You don't need all that gear. Nobody's gonna hurt you here. Where were you guys on January 6th, by the way? Because I was there and there was no cops on January 6th.
They opened the doors.
I mean, aside from opening the doors, it took you all till 4 p.m. to get there. Nothing personal, I'm just talking shit for our audience. I don't have anything personal against you. Because it really does raise serious questions. Like, these guys, I came out here last night. I was out here last night. And they were here. They were ready for war. I was at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, and it was an obvious stand down, a stand down order. So I'm just talking about law enforcement as an institution and the way it responds to the political objectives of this dying empire. I feel like I've lost my co-host, Aaron Mate. Let's get Aaron on. Aaron, you want to say a few words? I'll just stand on this. So, thoughts so far about this show of force?
Well, it's impressive to see so many people here. It's
Speak up.
heartening to be around anybody who refuses to be part of this active massive order campaign. It's so surreal. We're in a town that's full of war criminals, but having Netanyahu here really brings it to a new level. We're talking about someone who's providing this active father of tens of thousands of people, a starvation siege, and it's amazing that people in Congress get the hell to give him a welcome mat, and rather than give him handcuffs. So the only way to display actual moral presence in DC is in the street, like these people are doing. So I don't know, it's nice to be around.
It's actually turned out to be larger than I thought. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate your humanity and exposing the balloon.
Say hi to the Grayzone audience.
Thank you.
There's the Netanyahu paper mache. They brought out the guns for Netanyahu. That's kind of like paintball rounds there. I lost count of how many cops have to protect the criminal responsible for the crime of the century.
They don't give no justice, and we don't get no peace. They don't give no justice, and we don't get no peace. They don't give no justice, and we don't get no peace. If they don't give no justice, then we don't get no peace. If they don't give no justice, then we don't get no peace. If they don't give no justice, then we don't get no peace. If they don't give no justice, then we don't get no peace. If they don't give no justice, then we don't get no peace. If they don't give
Some more or less lethal solutions here. They used to First time I saw those was in the West Bank, actually, at a protest against the apartheid wall that was cutting through the villages of some farmer friends in the village of Na'alim. They arrested kids, they arrested everybody, and they arrested kids in their beds that night. At first, they hit the protesters with sound bombs, rubber-coated steel bullets, and tear gas. And now we have U.S. police, there's a Secret Service, protecting Netanyahu. Gas masks. There's little kids and babies out here, so be conservative with the tear gas. You don't need those masks. No one's gonna do anything. It just looks really bad to do that, especially for a foreign leader. It doesn't look American. I know you guys love this country too, but threatening American children for a foreign apartheid leader is just a bad look for the police. If I was running your PR team, I'd say, stand down a little bit. Tear gas the kids. There's little kids in here. That's what I've seen Israelis do, but I think it would be a bad look for everyone. Just my 2 cents.
Where are we going?
Hey, what's up? You said I'm taller?
Taller than I thought you were.
Why, because all leftists are short?
No.
Thank you so much for everything you're
I'm
doing,
just
man.
under. I'm about you.
Yep, you're good height. All right.
I got it in with you, man.
Oh, hell yeah. This is the Nord Stream bomber shirt that was banned.
I know, you got the band off of eBay or something.
Redbubble, which is supposed to be like the alternative grassroots shirt.
I was wondering if the police gladiators were here on January 6th. I don't remember seeing anybody.
I was just mentioning that to them. You didn't see them.
They have their friends bike down from New York to help.
I think they think this is a Renaissance fair.
Anti-Zionist revolution. There is only one solution. Anti-Zionist revolution.
You can lift them up. It's peaceful. You can lift it up. There's like babies out here. There's little kids. And the guy inside, he kills babies.
11, fuck 12.
He kills children like ours inside. You should be facing that way. If there was any justice, they'd be facing that way. Welcome to DC.
We don't see your riot here.
Is that the Empire State Building? I mean, they're just following orders. But it's worth pointing out just the sheer insanity of this. Here's the police lady filming people. You know, this is the surveillance team. They have a woman doing it from the police. Washington Times, the Mooney paper, right? Are you streaming? Are you live streaming? Oh, okay. Okay. The Grayzone.com. And read my expose on the Washington Times that I published in The Nation. Hell of a Times. Thank you. You guys don't report fairly on Palestine. I mean, it's not fair. But people here treat you better than the liberal press would get treated at a Trump rally. I mean, and justifiably, like they called him a Russian puppet. It was messed up that they called him that.
But does a crack. Fucking crack.
Yeah, you look pretty sober right there. I guess the anarchist. Hey, what's up? Good to see you.
Did you see Aaron was looking for you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Aaron. He just keeps walking away. Oh, we were doing a stream here.
1 second. I never miss one of your shows.
Well,
I do issues and policy for Kucinich.
I appreciate it. We need to have Dennis
We
on.
love your stuff.
You work with Kucinich?
Yeah.
So why did
I only see him all day.
what does he think about the RFK campaign?
If you don't repeat this,
You're live. I have to be ethical. You're live.
creative differences, Max.
Creative difference. Was he upset about the Israel thing?
You'll have to ask him that. I don't want to speak for him. He's his own man. But this is insane, the militarism of this.
Yeah, it's crazy militarism.
I can't imagine why they're doing this.
I'm not giving them
It's a great work with Aaron and Katie.
I'm not giving those cops are just individuals. They're just following orders. I'm not giving them the finger.
No, I
but it is
agree with
worth
that.
pointing out the sheer insanity of the situation and having witnessed the obvious police stand down that took place on January 6th, or what the Secret Service did at Trump's Pennsylvania rally. This is just absolutely absurd. I mean, you can't make the point enough.
Well, you've been
vindicated on every major issue.
Yeah,
And
some
yet
guy
these
was mad at
people-
me
and-
before.
And yet these people don't come out and apologize. How is that?
Some guy just came up and called me a crank. I wonder what he didn't agree on. But
They'll never do specifics.
They won't do
They said how many
specifics.
attacks on you, but they never talk about your questions and Aaron's questions, the profound ones.
Well,
See, you're not allowed to know. You're not allowed to know Epstein, which intelligence agency he worked for. You're not allowed to know what actually happened to JFK. The president still will not release the record. You're not allowed to know who blew up Nord Stream. You're not allowed to
well, look, I'm not saying Thomas Matthew Crooks was. I don't know what his. We don't have any evidence that there was a. Hey, good to see you. We don't have any evidence that he was anything other than what they say he is. But I don't feel comfortable with the FBI having his phone. If he had FBI contacts, as many other mass shooters did, we will never know.
What is the only reason, for example, they've not released the JFK tapes? What's the only possible reason?
Look, I can't speak to that, but
the reason is it's embarrassing.
But if you don't have
to the
questions,
government.
if you don't have questions about what's happening now,
Right,
we're
right.
witnessing.
I agree with you, but I'm saying that tells you the openness of this society. Just mind your own business. They can find out who did Nord Stream in a couple of days. Hey, thank you for all your work.
Thank you. Good talking to you. I love how the Washington Times gets to be over there, like filming with the cops. Hey, Chris. Chris Weaver. Just documenting the militarization. Fort Netanyahu. Not deployed. Not deployed. Well, we're marching to Union Station. It doesn't look like there's Biden. That's probably the only Biden you'll see. He's supposed to meet Netanyahu. Still hasn't. Will Biden meet Netanyahu before Biden addresses the public on why he withdrew from the race against his will? Here we go. Okay, Aaron, situation update.
Well, I just came across somebody with a rare collector's item.
A rare?
A rare collector's item. The Grayzone Nord Stream bomber t-shirt.
Yeah. I met him too.
Which is hard to
So those
find.
were banned by Redbubble, but we're gonna. If you're watching right now, we're gonna get those up. I'm talking to a private, independent T-shirt retailer, so we can get some new designs up, and we need some, some new chum out there that's relevant to the Gaza genocide as well. So we're taking suggestions.
For those that don't know, Max designed a t-shirt featuring Joe Biden.
Well, wait a minute. It was actually Paul Ahern who has helped us with our logos and various other things. And I always get the, but it, well, I give him credit, but.
And then the store that was selling online shut it down.
At the Biden administration's request.
Really?
You got to assume that they didn't like it. It was flying off the rack.
Yeah.
Like we were selling so much.
Yeah.
That's a little bit. I mean, yelling at cops. There's only so far you can go. They're just like following orders. It's just the security situation is just insane. Caleb Maupin had a series of essays on Amazon about Kamala Harris. They were like years old, and they were just taken off Amazon. Like, it wasn't like a mainstream book, but the censorship is incoming to protect Kamala Harris, so I highlighted that. But yeah, we need to get some more shirts out there. And yeah, this march is fairly sizable. It just keeps coming. We started at the front and we're moving towards the back. Can you hold this? I need a water.
Yeah. There's a lot of people here today. It's really heartening to see. Some nice effigies of Biden and Netanyahu in handcuffs and with blood on their hands, as they certainly have. I guess Netanyahu's speech is happening now or very soon. You know, all the lawmakers that are boycotting the speech, I wish they would show up and disrupt it.
I would have shown up.
Yeah.
I would have shown up with some handcuffs. Just, dangle some handcuffs in the air.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Show from Netanyahu.
Like,
But, they're the Democrats.
like
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene heckled Biden.
that's right,
A lot
exactly.
of Republicans heckled Biden. Mike Johnson is threatening to arrest them.
Exactly.
A foreign leader.
Well, so how awesome would that be if they got arrested trying to make a citizen's arrest on Netanyahu? That'd be actually very powerful.
You can see from the show of force, Netanyahu's the head Nazi in charge. These are some heroes here.
You can make a much more powerful statement if you're a lawmaker by showing up and protesting Netanyahu rather than just not showing up. Who cares if you don't show up?
We have
There's some
some,
symbols value to that, but
Assange supporters. So you were holding it down outside Merrick Garland's house.
wow. Hey,
For years. 9 months.
I listened to
I mean, that was an amazing protest. I mean, these are some of the heroes of mine who kept the Assange flame flickering. Some people out there in the freezing rain, keeping vigil at Merrick Garland's house. What do you want to say to our audience about Assange?
Well, he was free, and I think the activists played a big part in it. I feel like it was a huge win. It's a huge win with journalists like Max, who never forgot Julian Assange, always worked with the activists. He would call him to speak at the DOJ, and if he was able to, he showed up. Those are journalists, great investigative journalists who show up for the activists and show up for the important issues. It was a big win. I think it gives room for Palestine to be free. If Julian didn't die in prison, then maybe Palestine can be free.
There is some hope, some light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you. All right, thanks. This is Neturei Karta, the ultra-Orthodox sect that opposes Zionism.
Yes, they do.
Why are you protesting today?
You don't speak in the Jewish name.
Why are you protesting?
Yeah, I was coming here speaking our name. My mother came from Palestine.
We can walk.
My grandmother used to tell me that she remembered before the Zionist people came, we used to live in peace and harmony with the Palestinian people in Palestine without any problem. We used to live in the same courtyard, the same backyard. We used to babysit the children each to the other. All the problems began from the Zionist people came to occupy another's land, not only against those from the Palestinian people who lived there before, even against from the Jewish people who lived there before. So we came out. We are so embarrassed when all of these crimes, this whole genocide is being done in our name. So we came out. It's not in our name. It's not in the name from our religion. How I grew up here in New York, in Williamsburg, a large Jewish concentration, a large Jewish community.
Yeah.
All my teachers used to teach me that the whole state of Israel is against our Torah. The whole philosophy of Zionism is against our religion. So we came out and say no, it's not in our name, not from our religion. We are praying every day for the speedy and peaceful dismantlement of the whole occupation. Even 1 inch, every inch should be given back for the Palestinian people who lived there before, and we want, and then we're going to be able to live in peace like the past, like my grandmothers used to live with them.
The killing of Palestinians, is that part of your motivation? I know you have a religious motivation.
We are crying by seeing this genocide. Our Torah forbids us to kill, to steal. We don't allow to kill, to steal, and to other people. So it's so painful for us that all of this is being done in our name, and then from our holy Torah, our religion. And now, when this criminal, Netanyahu, is coming in Congress, and he's supposedly speaking in the name from the Jewish people and in the name from the religion, from the Jewish religion, we are coming out and we are saying no, not in our name. Netanyahu is not representing the Jewish people. Certainly he's not representing the Jewish religion. And it's the opposite. The Jewish people, the authentic Jewish rabbis, always oppose Zionism, the whole philosophy of Zionism and the state of Israel from the beginning, even before the creation of the state.
Yeah.
And we hope to see soon nowadays a dismantling from the whole occupation, from the whole illegitimate state. We hope it should be, we are praying every day, that should help us, it should be peaceful without suffering for anyone involved.
Thank you. So that's Neturei Karta, which is an ultra-Orthodox sect that opposes Zionism. Yes. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support. And I'll go over here with us.
What's that? To be honest, I thought you lived in YouTube. I thought you were going to do that.
We come out of our box sometimes. So yeah, what he was saying was, man, it's hot out here.
Big fan, brother. Big fan. Thank you.
Thank you. We're live streaming, so.
That's fine. It's just me and him, my hero, besides Medea. This is Max from the Grayzone, the best fucking journalist in the world.
Hey, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it.
I know.
Nice to meet you.
I always see you on Grayzone.
Yeah, I came out of my little box.
Oh man, I love watching you.
We'll be
I
on.
saw you with Jordan Napolitano as well.
Oh yeah.
You're one of the most informed, articulate people
Thank you.
around.
The judge is on vacation, otherwise I'd be on tomorrow.
Mind if I take pictures?
Sure, yeah. Yeah. I got water, yeah. I just sweat a lot.
You and I both,
I'm
brother.
from the ice people of the north. You know where my family comes from.
I've been looking for journalists for a long time to send a video to. Earlier, I interviewed a journalist who was tear gas point blank.
Really?
I
I got some footage too.
Yeah.
I just haven't put it on Twitter yet.
Yeah, if you send me your phone number, I can send it.
Where are we going? Like, what's the agenda here?
I don't know.
Because
We've been walking for a long time.
you know, the Capitol is
That way. But they blocked all
completely
this.
blocked.
So I think they're going wherever they're allowing us without... Anyways, it's such a pleasure to officially meet you.
Yeah, nice to
I
meet
love your
you.
work.
Yeah, I'll show you the video.
Yeah. So there was a.
Yeah, guy from the international press.
This is a journalist who was tear gassed earlier by, I guess, MPD.
Yeah.
DC police.
You mind if I send it to you?
Sure.
Yeah, here, give me your phone number. I'll send you the video.
Show us your sign. Show us your sign. All right. Sign is too, there's just not enough space on the sign.
I gotta flip it over, but you know. Yeah, that journalist guy, he was all alone. He was just sitting there.
No, another guy I filmed getting tear gas pretty bad. It was pepper spray. They just pepper sprayed people right in the face because there are looked like some empty water bottles thrown at the cops or towards the cops.
You want me to send you the video, or you can?
Yeah, please. I mean, my DMs are.
Yeah.
Everyone knows my DMs are open.
Here. Yeah.
Just
do that.
Yeah, it's funny. My DMs are open, but like when the Washington Post wanted to smear us as like an Iranian-controlled outlet, that CIA adjacent reporter, Joseph Menn, follows me on Twitter. He never wrote me. He never sent me any questions there. It's crazy. but you can send me video, whatever. And we have a, you know.
Should I email it to you? I'm 17 years old, so I don't have Twitter or anything like that.
Oh, because Twitter's for like boomers, right?
Yeah.
So what do you use? Oh, because you're like, well, yeah, our public email is grayzoneproject@gmail.com.
Can you actually type it inside?
I can't because I'm live streaming, so.
What, live at gmail.com?
Grayzone Project. So we're marching, oh, there he is. Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you. I finally made it.
Glad you finally found me. Just ran into a friend from Florida. You drove up?
Yeah.
Well, geez, you know, I don't know where we're going now. We're at the back of the march. Pretty well. There's still more. It's very hot out. I mean, all I can say is thousands and thousands of people around here. I can't get a good count. And they've been led away from the Capitol, which is there.
Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
I actually, Netanyahu's motorcade passed me earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I wasn't 100% sure it was him, otherwise I would have pulled the Tiananmen Square.
Except they would have run you over this time.
They definitely would have just run me over. Netanyahu would have personally called in a drone strike on me.
He's our president.
I mean, they're treating him like he's beyond our
He
president.
has a lot more security than Trump.
Not exactly, but I know what you're trying to say. Got some aerial accompaniment. Lots of families out here. This is a family event, and police are ready to shoot everyone with less lethal weapons. They really believe that this is like some Hamas October 7th event, flood-like event. They really seem to believe that because all the cops have been ordered to have their gas masks on in 95-degree sauna-like heat. They have like insane body armor on. They have their weapons out. Now we're just walking through Capitol Hill. It's kind of like, you know, it's a good to show the community, the opposition. But I think it should be, you know, here's Reuters. It should be concentrated around the Capitol. I assume there'll be a return to the Capitol. For those of you who are in the DC area, I'll be speaking around at Union Station with Go-Go for Gaza, somewhere in front of Union Station. Go-Go is our native music from DC that has been driven out by gentrification. And it's really linking authentic DC culture together with Gaza. So we're gonna keep marching as long as I can. Give you a look at what it's like behind me. I mean, I'm at the back of the march here, and there's still a lot of people.
No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime.
Hey! What's up, brother?
Good to see you.
Always a pleasure,
All
man.
right. How's the campaign?
It's like a cracked windshield. No one ever saw it coming, but it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger until that eventually replaces that which we now currently have.
Tell your audience.
Oh,
what
I
you're
didn't know
running
we
for.
were live.
We're
We're
live
live.
with Kimon Freeman.
Yeah, the Angry Black
legendary
Man Therapy. We throwing Eleanor Norton retirement party in November. If Biden steps down to 81, then she's 87. She should know it's time to go. We're at an inflection point. We had just saw Trump stage his own attempted assassination. That was some bullshit. Call it out. Tell the truth.
Hey, I do not endorse the views. I'm just listening. So,
you know, if you watch the 5 hours of Secret Service testimony, it will confirm everything I'm saying. But the fact is that this is not the first war criminal to address Congress. I mean, George Bush was a war criminal, led to Congress. I mean, let's be real. Genocide Joe is a war criminal. So it's not that. It's just something that Leonard Sosor said earlier today. It's because of the resistance that Genocide Joe stepped down. It's because of the resistance that Kamala Harris skipped town on Judgment Day. And it's going to be because of the resistance that we change this system in our lifetime. This is where we are. The American empire is falling, and that is no longer sustainable. It's a war economy. They have to keep wars going. Without war, nothing moves. So we got to have the wherewithal to acknowledge this, because we need a peace economy, not a war economy.
And the DC local leadership is all pro-Israel. They block everything.
Absolutely. Our DC government lit up the Wilson building, that's the city building, and an Israeli flag. They have sent delegations, Department of Commerce, the mayor, sent delegations to Israel. Our police is trained by Israel, implementing their tactics. So yes, there's a lot. And I think DC also has a lot with the Palestinian people. We don't have self-determination in this city. Palestinian people don't have self-determination. We have a decimated healthcare industry. It's the most dangerous city in America for a black woman to give birth, right here in the nation's capital. The hospital's been destroyed in Gaza. The school's been destroyed. Our schools here have been decimated. So there's a lot in common that we have, and we need to have solidarity. And Nelson Mandela said that, we know our liberation is not complete without the liberation of the Palestinian people.
Thank you. And what do you think about Dr. Ben Chavez speaking with Netanyahu today at a memorial for Joe Lieberman at the Washington Hebrew congregation uptown?
I can't be more disgusted, but nothing surprises me in America. Nothing surprises me in America. You want to surprise me in America? Do something good. Do the right thing. Then I'll be surprised.
Well, you're speaking at Go-Go for Gaza too?
Yes, I'll be speaking today at Go-Go to Gaza, 4 o'clock at Union Station. Come through, because like Emma Goldman said, if I can't dance, it's not my revolution.
All right, that was Kamon Freeman.
And that's Freeman for Congress. Freeman, the number 4congress.com. Do something.
It would definitely be a breath of fresh air to get you in there.
Yes, sir.
In this worn out, I mean, what is it? You're running against an 87-year-old?
She's 87, I don't have to run, I can just walk fast.
Very, very good, and very similar to the presidential campaign.
Absolutely. Thank you for your activism.
What about Kamala though? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that her track record is shameful. She is not a revolutionary reformist. She's not going to have any really difference in her administration, the Genocide Joe administration, unless we do not fall for the okie doke and accepting these empty promises just to get our votes in November. I think that people need to point out the fact that when she was a prosecutor in California, she refused to prosecute the foreclosure king. She refused to prosecute him, and then when she ran for Senate, guess who was the largest donor to her campaign? That same foreclosure king, and he was under Trump. Was the Treasury Department? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, so
Steve Mnuchin.
That's Steve Mnuchin. That's his name. So you tell me how the Republican GOP foreclosure king Steve Mnuchin is going to be the largest donor to her Senate race, okay? Why she failed to prosecute him when she had the opportunity to do so? That's a question for her. So this is the questionable background I have, and the fact that everyone's so rushed to call her the black VP, no, man. Colombia has a real black vice president. Colombia in Latin America. Kamala is a woman of color. I give her that. She's a woman of color. Just say that. But they trying to say black because they're trying to get the most dedicated voting bloc to support her. And so far, they've fallen for it. They're accepting it. But just because she went to Howard University doesn't make her an ally.
Black people didn't support her in the primary when she ran. They weren't into her, really.
No.
What's your sense?
Well, because in Washington, D.C., I can only speak about black people in Washington, D.C. on that issue. For black people in Washington, D.C., is because the vast majority of them work for the government in some shape, form, or fashion. So once she got the approval, now they all supporting her. But black people outside of DC, they're not as easily swayed.
Right. Yeah, there isn't as much institutional co-optation. All right. Thank you. I'll see you at the rally.
We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never be defeated.
Yeah. Let's walk on the sidewalk.
United. We'll never be defeated.
I know.
First time seeing the Natural Carta.
Maybe you saw my candle in one hand and red flag in the other.
Oh, red flag?
No, that was an inside joke.
Oh.
Maybe like 2 people watching will get it. But yeah, we're walking through Capitol Hill now. You know, it's funny, having spent a lot of time around Capitol Hill. People around here, they love to put their college flags up. At least it's not a Ukraine flag. It's the only blue and yellow flag that's not a Ukraine flag. They love to like flaunt their credentials. Here, look, there's their college, Virginia Tech. Like everyone has to tell you what college they went to in this part of town. Like, here are my credentials. But yeah, after February 2022, if you walked around here, there were Ukraine flags on all these houses. And they've all come down, and you do see ceasefire now, full ceasefire now signs around here. These are people who are like liberal Hill staffers, people who work for Democratic members of Congress. They work in government, and there is no support for the Gaza genocide in these parts. Was somebody tear gassed? Somebody was tear gassed, so we're gonna go that way. What's up?
Thank you for your work.
Thank you for the support. I just saw the milk. Appreciate you. Anybody who deals with tear gas knows they tear gas somebody back here, so I'm trying to see what happened and why. That you put milk in your eyes. Water doesn't help. It never helped me. Water never helped. And if you bring an onion, kind of like smelling an onion can help. Let's see where the milk is going. Where's the milk brigade? Why were you tear gassed? Why was he tear gassed? I'm from the Grayzone. I'm live streaming, so I'm just reporting on what's happening here. Why was he? What happened? Why? I mean, what do you don't follow the Grayzone? Can anyone tell us what happened? Why did the police pepper spray them? They just pepper sprayed, so the police just attacked him. They pepper sprayed him in the face.
You want work?
A milk bath. Not a, it's the only thing that helps with tear gas.
What was that about? In New Jersey?
Yeah. Remember those ads? Calgon, take me away. It's funny because I didn't see any kind of tussle between anybody and the cops. I didn't see any provocation. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to your phone.
Yeah, I'm not just like... Well, I'm not just talking to myself.
He got gas at the beginning of the march.
Oh, okay. And so he's still suffering from that? Because I witnessed that.
From his skin.
Oh, damn. So that's that sticky, icky pepper spray that they got, because they didn't used to have that stuff.
That loud shot was.
Tear gas.
But it burns your skin. It burns all. Oh, so it was tear gas. Yeah, they have really pernicious tear gas now. So you can see the marches going on all the way over there too. The marches surrounding several city blocks. It's very, very large. The cops have a canine team. They got dogs behind it.
Oh, I want to cry so bad.
And they're following the right procedure. So I actually witnessed what happened there, which at the beginning of the march, some people, it looked like some people threw like some empty water bottles at the cops or toward the cops, and then the cops just tear gassed and pepper sprayed a giant crowd of people, including families. I wasn't that close, but I have footage of it. Anyway, everything is sort of peaceful now, so we can, you know what we should do is we should catch up with the march over there. All right, feel better, man.
Thank you so much, y'all.
All right, hang in there.
I want to say don't put milk in your eyes, but they're
They're already doing it.
They're already doing it. Don't put milk in your eyes. It's not clean. What about coming here to make fun of me?
Aaron, you want to say anything at this point?
Well, again, I'm just so heartened to see all these people out here. We just saw, you know, as you saw, people being tear gassed, suffering a lot because of it, and that's, you know, people are putting on the line to oppose this criminal regime, this murderer who's here, greeted with open arms in D.C. And in this terrible time, anything you can do to be around people who feel the same way, who are moved to do something about mass murder and starvation sieges that we're funding, it's a good thing to do. So if you had the opportunity in your area, I encourage you to do it if you can. Max, how are you feeling?
It's something to do. You know, it's something to do.
Yeah.
I never felt more voiceless, more powerless after Kamala Harris was just imposed on the country, never won a vote. Never won a delegate. Everything just falls in lockstep because some billionaires decided that it should be so. We're living through a very strange time in this country, and so it's important to at least just be out here, connect with our community here at the Grayzone, and give everyone any kind of platform that we can, because there's no platform, there's no voice, there's no influence that we can have within the Democratic Party, within this Democratic Party. And Donald Trump, in his RNC speech, pledged to attack Gaza. I think Donald Trump being president, though, I would like to hear what you think. Of course he's like a Zio cut. Of course the Adelson family has huge influence over him. But if Donald Trump had been president right now, this march would be so much bigger, because all the liberal organizations would have sent out their rank and file like they did during the Iraq War, just to make it about an anti-Trump thing. There would have been more opposition from the Democratic Party to what Trump is doing. And Trump and Netanyahu, when they're joined at the hip, they really expose the reality of what Israel truly is, much more than when you have Biden and Blinken promising some two-state solution will take hold. Here are some liberal Zionists. Everything okay? Are you guys here to support Free Palestine? Free Palestine? Free Palestine? Are you? No more apartheid? Are you?
I don't know about Palestine.
What? Tell me. I'm just asking, do you support a free Palestine? Should the people in Gaza be able to come home? Free Palestine?
And you should look up an organization called Standing Together, which is Israelis and Palestinians who believe in humanity and believe that no one is going anywhere, neither Israelis or Palestinians, and they have to learn to live together peacefully on the land.
And so should Israel give up its Jewish exclusivist character and give equality to Palestinians?
Thank you.
Okay. No, I'm letting her speak to our audience. Should there be a free Palestine? What do you think of this protest? I'm going to let you speak. Say whatever you want. What do you think of the protest? But what do you think about their message?
I hope it's a varied message, including a message for peace and coexistence. And I would totally endorse that. We propose Netanyahu.
Do you think Netanyahu is intentionally killing hostages in order to prevent Hamas from having political leverage? Do you think Netanyahu is using the Hannibal Directive against the hostages? Do you think Netanyahu wants the hostages dead?
No! You shut up! You shut up!
No, I just want your opinion.
How do you like your genocide?
No. Hey, I was trying to get a comment, but yeah, I hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So those were like people protesting Netanyahu. Those are people protesting Netanyahu, but from the liberal Zionist kind of Israeli left, which believes in an ethno-supremacist Israel, but wants a Palestinian state. And, you know, they've been totally defeated in the Israeli political system. And they were here to protest Netanyahu, and they're delusional. They're totally delusional. But, Aaron, thoughts on Trump presidency? And
well, you know,
Gaza?
as we talked about before, I think Biden definitely made the case that it's better to have Democrats on the outside than on the inside. Because, as Max was saying, if Trump was implementing the same policy of unfettered support for Israeli mass murder, there'd be liberals out in the streets opposing it. And maybe that could have led to enough pressure to change policy rather than Biden's just unconditional support for Israel and all these stupid PR moves like pausing one 2,000-pound bomb shipment, but otherwise funneling all the weapons of death that Netanyahu has needed. So Biden made that case. Would Kamala be any different? I see nothing to indicate that, but I mean, I do think nothing could be worse than Biden. And the only Democrat who I think deserves credit right now is Rashida Tlaib, who's not handing over her endorsement to Kamala Harris. She's saying we need a ceasefire. And this is the moral issue of our time, but yet there's only one member of Congress willing to actually stake their political identity around it and use their leverage to fight for it. And she happens to be Palestinian. But it shouldn't just be up to the only Palestinian member of Congress to be doing that. It should be everybody. Lyndon Johnson had to step down in 1968, largely because of public opposition to the Vietnam War. And it should be Democrats in Congress right now, if they cared about decency and progressive values, as some of them claim to care about, who should be leading the charge and also saying to Kamala that we're not going to support you unless you call for an unconditional ceasefire and an end to U.S. support for Israeli mass murder. And it's just too bad there's only one person in Congress right now willing to do that. Everybody else, including people who've been critical of Israel, have already handed over their endorsement, and that's too bad.
What do you think about Bernie Sanders' former foreign policy advisor, Matt Duss, praising Kamala as kind of a breath of fresh air, specifically on the issue of Gaza and the special relationship with Israel? We don't have the ability to put elements up on screen, but Matt Duss actually was quoted saying that, and I don't see any evidence.
There's no evidence at all. There was an attempt by Kamala's aides to present to the media that she was somehow critical of Israel, and they did that by saying that she wanted to say more, but she wasn't allowed to. But again, that's like an anonymous claim that happened. It's not substantive. It doesn't mean anything. It's just performative. And it might have even been performative on Kamala's part, with the thinking that she might actually have to run for president. So she wanted to put some distance between herself and Biden without actually doing anything. And there's no excuse for not doing anything when people are being slaughtered in massive numbers with U.S. weapons and with your administration's support. And so until we actually see something substantive from Kamala, beyond just skipping a speech today, which means nothing, it's really easy not to go to a speech. Let's see some concrete action, some announcement of a policy that she will commit to, starting with a ceasefire immediately, and conditioning U.S. military support, halting all U.S. military support. Because how can you send a single bullet to a regime that is committing mass slaughter, that is attacking hospitals and every single educational institution, every single place of refuge for Palestinians in Gaza? There should not be a single bullet or dime going to Israel, period. And that's what Kamala Harris should be committing to.
Yeah, I mean, it's so wild to see Kamala. Wow, more. It's wild to see Kamala skipping Netanyahu's speech because she's in Wisconsin. She has to win Wisconsin. There's no way, there's no path forward for her without winning Wisconsin and Michigan. And so it's so convenient. Then she's going to come back and have a private meeting with Netanyahu rather than sit behind him. That's the Democrats' strategy, is hide from this toxic war, but continue to quietly support it and sign off on arms shipments for as long as they can.
Yeah. Like, what's she going to tell them in private? Is she going to offer any sort of concrete demand or any criticism? No. You know, she'll say the exact same thing that she said all along, which is that Israel has the right to defend itself, which means in real life, Israel has the right to commit mass slaughter against the people it's been besieging and occupying for decades. That's been her message, and that's the message that will continue unless we see evidence to the contrary.
The meeting is... Bibi thinks she's a joke. Netanyahu thinks she's a joke. He knows she's a joke. He doesn't even think she's going to win. He's meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago on Friday. And nothing she says is going to matter. Nothing Biden ever said is going to matter. The only thing that's going to matter is to stop the arms shipments. And I would go a step further. Netanyahu came to Washington and attacked Obama for not bombing Iran's nuclear sites. And he held up a map showing that the Allies during World War II had intelligence on where the railways to Auschwitz were, and that FDR refused to bomb the railways, comparing Obama to that. No, Netanyahu is running the railways to Auschwitz. Gaza is a death camp. And the U.S. is not the moral party here. It's Ansar Allah and Yemen, which is working to stage a responsibility to protect operation to end this genocide because the U.S. refuses to exert any leverage. It's so wild if you walk up there. I don't know what you think about this, Aaron, but just completely shifting subjects. We're walking. A couple of people with like their faces completely covered, waving a Hamas flag, looking like white people.
Oh yeah, really?
Oh, Max. Oh my God.
Appreciate you, brother.
Well,
real or
let's see.
Real or provocateur up there. I mean,
well, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Well, you gotta have it like, you have like the...
I mean, we can never forget those guys that we caught.
Yeah.
Those fake Palestinians, those Zionists dressed as Palestinians.
They were obviously Jewish.
Never forget the 7th of October.
Jewish Americans.
Yes.
As I said, it's obvious. AVIOUS.
So I would actually not be surprised. You must have seen the new video put out by an Israeli dressed as a Palestinian.
Yeah, speaking horrible Arabic.
Yeah.
Threatening the Paris Olympics.
Yeah.
But, I mean, two white chicks with their faces strangely covered, waving a Hamas flag. You never know, but I can't really account for everybody here. There's the Heritage Foundation. We're all here to protest Project 2025. How dare you! Shame on you! Project 2025!
That really is there. You know, even Trump has disavowed 2025. He's like, I have nothing to do with it. I don't know what you're talking about.
So if you see those balconies and over there, those kind of like it's those balconies. Those are dorms that the Heritage Foundation builds for their interns, and they train the next generation of Hill staffers, and they all live there and get like their ideological discipline, political training there. And they have like seminars every day in Heritage. So it's basically like...
Nice digs.
And then, 2 blocks from the U.S. Capitol, funded by industry, big billionaire corporate money. And the Heritage Foundation is, what's up, man? Heritage Foundation recently put, they have a Oppo research team. I wish I could, put tweets on screen right now. Those are like undercovers or what? Anyway, they have like an Oppo research team, and they tweeted that they had tracked Thomas Matthew Crooks's phone data through like tracking ads, and they managed to track the phones of everyone who was visiting him, and they claim that they tracked someone's phone who had made multiple visits to his home to Clyde's Alley Bar in Gallery Place here in Washington, D.C., which is near the Secret Service building headquarters and the FBI. This is what they're claiming.
Yeah.
And while that needs to be investigated, and I would not be surprised if someone like that had contacts with federal authorities before carrying out this crime, and I'll give you an example of one person who did before. While that needs to be investigated, how the hell is the Heritage Foundation able to track our phones? Like, that seems kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, well, I would bet that story is just too wild to be true. That's my bet. And I wouldn't be someone from the Heritage Foundation. Anyway, to be continued. But that's crazy.
Our streets! Our streets!
There's the anarchist lousy spray painting battalion. I guess not exactly an artist.
What are we coming up on here? Like what is this? Is this Union Station?
This is Union Station.
Okay.
So everyone's converged here. Yeah, we went. So remember when I was blamed for a mass shooting years ago?
Which one was that? I don't remember.
That was in Kansas City. A guy who was kind of like an old neo-Nazi.
Hey.
Aaron has fans. Check out Aaron's fans. Hilarious. She's an Aaron Mate fan.
Hey. So sorry. You were blamed for which mass shooting? I forget.
It was in 2011, I think, in Kansas City. This neo-Nazi went to shoot up Jewish community centers, never shot anyone Jewish, and was killed. Shot, I think, 3 people, random people, and he was old, and I think he was terminally ill. His name was F. Glenn Frazier, I believe. And he was a prominent character on the chat site of Vanguard News Network. Okay, and Vanguard News Network is a neo-Nazi chat site, and he had 90,000 messages there.
Yeah.
And he said, he said at one point, here's Jew journalist Max Blumenthal on Sheldon Adelson. Wait, I'm in the middle of a live stream, just wait. And that message was clipped out by pro-Israel media, Free Beacon, Haaretz did an article. Max Blumenthal inspires mass shooting. He called me Jew journalist Max Blumenthal. He didn't praise me. And it was one of 90,000 messages. So there was no evidence. Haaretz retracted their piece, but Free Beacon kept it up. You can find it. Anyway.
So Zionists hate you so much
but here's
that they're willing to cite a Nazi if they could blame you for a mass shooting.
Yeah, when there's no evidence. Anyway, this is the kicker. F. Glenn Frazier was a long-time FBI confidential asset who was recruited by the FBI in the 1970s in prison, remained on the FBI payroll throughout the 80s, 90s, probably was all the way to the end. And then he went to shoot up Jewish community centers. The FBI has never taken responsibility for protecting this character.
Oh my God, dude, I love you so much.
Thank you. Say hi to the Grayzone.
Grayzone, you're the best. Can I take a selfie with you?
Thank you for your support. If you walk with us, because I don't want to get lost here. All right, so there are so many cases like that. It's the FBI that was responsible.
Most important journalists of the year, honestly.
I appreciate you, brother.
Mr. Mate, is that you?
That's me, yeah.
The FBI planned the kidnapping of Gretchen Whitmer. Of course, it was a controlled plot, but let's keep our eyes open here.
Wow.
You know, if somebody...
See some arrests.
Okay,
over
so
here.
something's going. Stuff is getting a little bit chippy over here. But I don't know where we're trying to go because that's not the U.S. Capitol. That's the commuter hub known as Union Station. Someone's getting arrested. Who are you waving in?
All right.
Are you with the police?
Huh?
Are you with the police?
Yeah.
All right, there's an undercover. So, yeah, we're many undercovers here. She's being arrested. This is former U.S. military. We have a dramatic scene of a U.S. military veteran protesting Netanyahu's genocide. Now we're going to be descended on by cops because the police are being surrounded.
Yo, Grayzone.
What's up, yo?
Yo, man, you were telling the truth from the gate.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Everybody was. Man.
So we have U.S. military veterans protesting. Thank you, brother.
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
Hamas is gonna get you!
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
TRS! TRS!
Pepper spray is about to fly. Now they're creating a cordon.
Fucking dogs!
Now they're bringing out the guns. This is all to arrest 2 people for Netanyahu. Look at that.
Hey, yo, bring your ladder around, bring your ladder around. Back the fuck up.
Who are you with? This guy's like really slick. He looks like undercover to me. This guy, look, he's in athleisure. That's MPD right there.
This is where it's getting wild. The pepper spray people.
Percussion grenades. We're back. Are we back? Can everybody see here? My phone overheated and almost out of battery here. So we're probably gonna lose the stream unless I can find Aaron, which is difficult to do. The police have been conducting a lot of arrests, opening fire with sound grenades. And I'll stream for as long as I can, but I'm just, a Palestine flag is being hoisted over Union Station now. I'll stream for as long as I can. I'm actually gonna do away with the tripod, and we do have some cloud cover, so that's good for us. Can you hold that for me for a second? You know, my take on the situation, the cops kind of corralled people towards Union Station. And now everybody's in front of Union Station, not the US Capitol. I think the convergence should have been closer to the Capitol, closer to where Netanyahu's speech took place. But everybody's here, and the police are getting, they're getting ready. Thank you. The police are getting ready to rampage. So, look, whether or not we manage to stream this, we'll get footage. Everybody's gonna have footage, but we have a backup phone here, so I'll tweet the footage. They're wearing orange triangles. I guess almost like the red triangles that have become so familiar. Personally, I feel like if they step back, they're just creating a provocation. U.S. Park Police is like SWAT in D.C. It's federal police. If there is a no-knock raid, they'll come. So this is like SWAT. They tend to be more aggressive than MPD in my experience. I've seen them carry out no-knock raids. They tend to have the helicopters. You know, they can operate anywhere within the federal territory of the District of Columbia. And I guess they're marching now in their Renaissance Fair uniforms to beef up the MPD who are on bicycles. You know, and the bicycles they're using to block the path to Netanyahu. I didn't know Netanyahu was still in there. I haven't seen his speech. And, you know, all they're doing, because they're just so stupid, and maybe they intend to do it, is they're just creating a provocation. They're creating a target of opportunity for people to vent their anger, and then they're just gonna like tear gas everybody, because no one can actually get to the real source of power, which is deep, deep in the US Capitol right now, where Mike Johnson, the speaker, has threatened to arrest any lawmaker who protests this foreign apartheid leader. Mike Johnson never issued such a directive to members of his own party who protested Joe Biden to his face. We can take a look. I mean, they do have enough cops here to probably do some kind of kettling. I don't know if they're trying to surround everyone, but the point was to surround the Capitol. Let's try to take a better look at what the police are doing before I go in. And then there's a burning of an effigy of Netanyahu up here. I unfortunately can't zoom in, but you can see the flames of Netanyahu burning. I'm more interested in what the cops are gonna do, because it looks like they're trying to create a complete cordon around this protest. Trying to call me. Don't even try it right now. There's a sign there for Haas and Jackson Hinkle's New American Communist Party, I see. We're expecting rain in like an hour. Yeah, some people are saying there's signal jamming going on. I had trouble getting getting this live stream back on. So that does seem to be the case. There's almost as many cops as people here.
I'm about to end on a high note, you know? I feel like after this, it's gonna be like a rest shit.
Let's move around. This is only a portion of the march that we're seeing here. I don't know where the rest went, but there seems to be like representations of a protest by other parts of the Capitol. You can see like lots of marching that way. And this typically is an area where people are sleeping on the streets. Basically, it's where a lot of homeless people have just been pushed to. So, I mean, this monument to Christopher Columbus is not exactly well maintained by the city. There used to be a fountain in there. I remember when I was a kid, I went to see Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead in Union Station. And the movie sucked so bad, I went and swam in the fountain that used to be here. And it was the night of the Desert Storm Victory Parade. And there were fireworks because the U.S. won a fake war. But they paved over the fountain. It was just too dirty and people were going to the bathroom in there. So.
Oh my gosh, his dad's looking for him.
Peter's telling me to get a job. Sadly, this is my job. Your job is to troll me. What's worse? Got all types out here. You have the kind of typical activist types who are like heavily involved in activism. You have Jewish anti-Zionists. You have ultra-Orthodox Jewish anti-Zionists. You have families. Some people wearing gas masks. Let's see it. I don't know. Nothing's really happening over here. I don't know. Yeah, how is the address? I will, I'm hoping to be on Glenn Greenwald's Rumble show tonight around 8. Michael Tracy's guest hosting, so I'll have to watch the address afterwards. I wasn't there. They didn't let me in for some reason. And, you know, you can expect every sickening manipulation with cheesy references to U.S. culture to bring it home for Americans. You know, I remember the last time Netanyahu spoke here, he made a Derek Jeter reference. It's like boomer stuff. But no other Israeli prime minister can do that. One will speak in a U.S. American accent. After Netanyahu, there's really nothing. We'll also be talking about this on Friday on our regular stream there. Lost contact with Aaron. Let's go look at some cops, I guess. It's turning into a stand around. We'll go over here. Yeah, you know, I always make one mistake until it was not bringing a backup battery pack. But I think I gave you all a good, sense of what it was like out here. And just for more documentation of how militarized this situation is. U.S. Park Patrol and tactical police. They got the Lenko armored vehicle. They're gonna take down Hamas with this tank. Maybe it might actually be superior to the Merkava tank. Thank you. Thanks for your support. So there's more people over here.
Listen to. Like,
thank you.
Seriously, you make me listening to. You know how some people make you dumber to listen to?
I do.
You make me really smart.
Right, well, thank you for saying
that.
that.
I swear to God, it's like a pleasure.
Hey, we appreciate.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were on the.
We appreciate the love because we get a lot of hate too. Yeah, someone said, "Hey, pretty boy," to a fellow cop. I didn't find him pretty, but I don't know. The cops are not. The cops are just lounging around right now. It's kind of like what I think we're at the denouement. Has Netanyahu left? Is it over? What I'd like to do is try to meet some members. I want to ask members of Congress, what are you willing to give Netanyahu? Like, from your own life? Or what are you willing to do to make Netanyahu happy? And just game out various scenarios. See if any of them will actually say no. Yeah, I haven't been online except to stream, so I don't know where Biden is. Is Biden out there? Has Biden appeared yet? So this, I'm seeing the speech is over for 15 minutes. No, I don't see any evidence that Biden has appeared. So Biden is probably meeting with Netanyahu now, and this is before he has addressed the American public, which to me is just a shocking scandal. And you see corporate media just kind of acting like it's all normal. just hyping up Kamala. Like this is just a normal campaign. It's totally normal for the president to meet with the criminal of the century without addressing the American public. You can address the American public and have COVID. COVID isn't spread digitally. I know that a lot of students were actually kicked off campus because they refused to get the jab, even though they were only taking online classes. This happened at Rutgers, but COVID doesn't get transmitted digitally. So it doesn't get transmitted through the internet. So Biden could have addressed us by now. He resigned through a tweet. Now we've seen alleged proof of life of Biden, but I think he should be, and he broke up with us on Elon Musk's X. And now we get a lady who's as silly as Sarah Palin and Dan Quayle put together, who never won a delegate and now could be the next president. This is our democracy. Here's pro-democracy forces out here, ready to really protecting our First Amendment rights. I don't know where the rest of MPD is. Probably a good day to pull a bank job. They're all here. But
Max Blumenthal.
hey,
I thought you much taller.
You thought I was taller than I am? People usually say they thought I was shorter, so I'm offended. Thank you.
We all make up this. We're both very humble.
I like your shirt. Pimped out White House.
Yeah. Pimped out Warhouse.
Pimped out Warhouse. What's his? It's BB's little hoe house.
So we'll leave you to report on it.
Yeah, I think I might have to end the stream for. I'm gonna try to charge my phone and be back a little bit later.
You're a great stature regardless.
Thank you. I really appreciate the support.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for being out here. Thank you. Try to find Aaron. We'll stream later. I got another event. There's another event coming up at 4. So hope to see you all then. Hey, we went for a good hour and a half here. You know what? I'm gonna try to give you all another 5 minutes. Hey, Mark, you wanna go this way? You see something happening over there?
No, I don't think it's happening.
All right, let's go this way real quick, and then we'll.
Oh yeah, it's not. I thought the people from Florida.
Then we'll close the curtains. Oh, don't let me stop you then. Get one last look. I don't know who else is out here. If I go off, maybe Ford Fisher's out here. I don't know. Look at this. It's like half of MPD. Cop, 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 cop. So many of them.
Protecting good. I know that's what you became a cop for. That's what you're supposed to do. But you're using your position right now to support and protect a war criminal who's been murdering my family. That's not what you're supposed to do. I'm not a people who want it.
Just trying to make sure that
And why you look at me and look away and look whatever
Around your neck and kill you.
Who's to be really arresting? Not us, right? You've been pushing around teenage girls like I got pushed around and screamed at. But in reality, you're protecting a war criminal who's murdering
Kill their wives and their kids.
Is that what you became a cop for? To protect this man?
Look at the suit.
If one person murdered someone, you would all be chasing him down because that's your job, to protect people who harm people. But he's killed at least 50 million and you're protecting him. You're not even batting an eye. What is the system you're in?
Nobody fucking.
When you were young and you wanted to be a police officer, you wanted to help people. Is that what you did it for?
Nobody fucking.
You wanted to protect Netanyahu, to protect war criminals? It was to protect people. People like my family were suffering. Like us, we can't even bring ourselves to eat because our family's being starved over there by the man in that building. We're hurting. You're supposed to be helping us. We are your people, not Netanyahu, not Israel. Kill yourself! That's it.
Do it.
We don't need people. That's what you became a cop for, right? It is. That's why everyone becomes a cop. And I know you're not going to respond to me because it's your job. You have to stay quiet in a wall. And I know it's just your job to be here. You don't take sides, whatever. But you need to, right? Well, all we can do while our family is starving and being bombed is sit here and hold our flags and yell at you guys. You have the power to change something, right? You have the power to do something. You're sitting here protecting the murderer. Is that what you studied criminology to do? Is that what you went to the academy to do? Is that what you busted your butts in the academy running around? My family who's been in the academy, and you did all that to protect war criminals? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. He's good, but we're not. Well, you're supposed to be protecting your people, asking these police officers if they're okay. Our families are being starved. I'm asking you to please do right. I know right now you can't be much of anything, right? This is just your position. But eventually you can. I'm scared of the people who want to stand right now. Stop scared of me.
Well, trying to appeal to cops. That's the best appeal I've heard. But what else can you do? What else can you do? Yeah, respect to her for trying. Hey, thank you all for joining another Grayzone. We did the best we could out here to give you a sense of what this protest against one of the really the darkest moments I've witnessed in all my time in Washington was like. And I'll keep documenting, but I have no more battery left. I'll be back a little later if I can. So peace, everybody.